I almost got scammed trying to help some scammers who are scamming people for the last few years. So, just to set the table, for everybody who's listening. So there was like a ring of people who were from originally Romania, and I don't know if they qualify as gypsies. I always thought that was like a derogatory term, but then sometimes I've also heard that it's a term of pride to describe travelers in certain Eastern European cultures. So I don't know how it goes. Excuse me if I have this wrong. I'm not trying to, take away from anybody, but I didn't know who these people were. But for the last 2 years, there's been stories of these travelers with fake jewelry targeting the kūpuna, which is older people here in Hawaii, and tugging on their heartstrings, saying, "Oh, I'm a traveler, and uh, something happened, and we're just trying to get a ticket back home, and we have this jewelry here. Try it on. Would you like to buy it?" And it's such a elaborate scam where supposedly there's even Crime Stopper reports where Kapuna were getting their jewelry taken in exchange. They're leaving the fake jewelry on and then taking the real jewelry. And then the poor old lady doesn't know until she gets home, or you end up buying some jewelry because you go for the scam and then you
Right,
get back home and then you find that it's fake. So that's been happening for the last 2 years. And I got calls from people. This was the last bust in Kauai. And
right.
there's a few of them. They're very persistent. They're totally scammers, got onto it. But in the beginning, before I figured that out, I referred them to you because I didn't know what to do
Yes,
because they all had immigration bonds. So, what was
right.
your experience like when I sent those people your way?
Well, I got a lot of calls
Mm,
from different people from the mainland. They're all saying that, oh, please go see this person. But my question, the first question I always ask is, why is this person in custody? And the next question is, what is their immigration status? If a person is here without inspection, that means they crossed the border with no proper papers. Even if I go and see them, there's nothing I can do for them,
mm.
because there's no relief unless they're going to be filing for an asylum. And if they've been here for more than a year, they do not qualify for asylum. There's
Really?
a cutoff date on asylum, but they do qualify for a convention against torture if you've been here for longer than a year. But the grounds for winning that relief is very high. If you've been here for like 10 years and you have not submitted any application and now you're in custody and you're claiming 15 years ago back home, the government was trying to kill you. That's not going to go easy. Plus it doesn't sound right to me. So when I was talking to these individuals, different people were calling me and I couldn't get the story straight. And that's why I decided I'm not going to put my time into it. It just makes no sense to me. And my understanding is I was at the FTC yesterday. They're still here.
Oh, wow. Unreal. So, I I guess I don't want to sound jaded because I take every phone call and I got like a whole morning routine because you're in the criminal defense game too. I'm a bail bondsman. And when you
Right.
take calls from people in distress, there's no, I guess, more accurate term or better term than I could use. It's just dumping this emotion on you. I mean, it could be toxic. It could get every phone call takes a little piece out of you because people are just dumping their trauma onto you.
Right. Right.
So you do have to be quick and you do get an ear for when people are just trying to take advantage of you. And I
Right.
figured it out by like the second call. But what I think their tactic is if they don't get the answer that they want from the one person calling, somebody in
Right.
the
No.
family just calls you, pretends like,
Correct.
oh, my English is better. Let me go
Right.
ahead and start from the jump
Right.
again. And it's
Right.
very time consuming. And then you have to go
Right.
over everything again. And then you just get wiped out by two or three people calling persistently when you've already told the first person exactly. And then you have to repeat, repeat, repeat. And then
Right.
luckily, I don't do immigration bonds, so there's nothing I could do, but I did spend a lengthy amount of time just trying to
Mhm.
tell them, hey,
Right.
there's nothing you could do. They're probably going to get extradited to the federal detention center on Oahu. You probably should speak with an attorney, yet they're hammering my line.
And as I said, they're still sitting there, and they probably went before an immigration judge, and they probably told the judge they have some sort of credible fear of going home, maybe. I do not know.
Mm,
Or they were removed and they appealed it, and they cannot remove the individual for 30 days unless they file the appeal. And if the appeal is filed by these individuals, you cannot remove them till that runs its course.
mm,
So, people do all kind of things. And like you said, when people are under distress and someone is in jail, they will do whatever it takes.
yeah.
And it's time consuming. I mean, ever since Trump is back as a president, the calls regarding immigration cases have gone up. But 90% of these calls, there's nothing I can do for them
Mm,
because they are either they have a criminal conviction that is considered to be an aggravated felony, or they are here illegally and there's no relief for them.
yeah, that's